Hello, welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric. My co-host Mr. Brody decided he didn't want to do this game. Tried to get him to come in, but he decided he just did a Stratomatic baseball game, so he's going to take this game off. So we'll be without a third base coach. Hopefully it won't cost us. Anyway, the New York Giants come into the game with a 23-10 record. Just got finished with a 4-game set against the Pittsburgh Pirates, in which they took 3 out of 4. Currently in third place now, 23-10. And they'll be starting a new series with the Cincinnati Reds, who come into the game with a record of 15-20, and I think I want to say 5th place. So let's get this game underway. Looks like Christy Mathewson is going to be on the hill, which is good for us.
Welcome to Polo Grounds, where Cincinnati will take on New York. Bob Ewing takes the mound for Cincinnati. He's made 7 starts on the year and is 2-5 with an earned run average of 2.83. His first start against New York. He'll be opposed by Christy Mathewson for New York. He's made 7 starts on the year and is 4-3 with an earned run average of 1.46. His first start against Cincinnati. It's 68 degrees, wind speed 26 miles per hour, out to right field. Pitching for New York, Christy Mathewson. Leading off for Cincinnati, second baseman, Miller Huggins.
Alrighty, so Miller Huggins will lead it off for the visiting Cincinnati Reds. I believe he is the Hall of Famer Miller Huggins there. So the lineup for the visiting Cincinnati Reds is as follows. Miller Huggins, the second baseman, bats first. Shad Berry is your first baseman, batting second. The right fielder, Johnny Siegel, which we do not have a picture of, will bat third. Batting cleanup would be Harry Steinfeld, the third baseman. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Fred Odwell. The left fielder, Al Birdwell, who we also do not have a picture of, will bat sixth. I guess I did not check these before the game. Batting seventh will be Tommy Cochran, shortstop. Batting eighth will be Admiral Schley behind the plate. And on the mound batting ninth will be Bob Ewing. So we're only missing 2 players, not too bad. And on the mound for the New York Giants will be Christy Mathewson, as computer guy said. 4-3 record with a 1.46 ERA. Hasn't gotten a ton of run support, and Ewing has gotten even less run support as he's a 2-5 record with an ERA of less than 3. So Mathewson has pitched 61 innings, allowed 48 hits, 1 homer, 7 walks, and 20 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .211 off of him. Miller Huggins comes into the game hitting .291 with 9 runs batted in, 28 runs scored, 8 stolen bases, on-base percentage of .401, 3 doubles, and 2 triples. So pretty standard defense for the New York Giants. All the starters are out there. So Mathewson looks in for the sign from Bresnahan. Here's the windup and the pitch to Huggins. And it'll be a dribble to Mathewson over to McGann for out number 1.
Chad Berry.
So that'll bring up Chad Berry, the first baseman. He has only had 4 at-bats on the season, but he did have almost 500 on the season, so he'll probably play the rest of the season just about. So he comes in 0 for 4 so far. He was a .324 hitter on the season with a homer and 56 runs batted in. Scored 90 runs. So here's the windup and the pitch by Mathewson. And that's going to be a base hit as it falls in. He gets his first hit of the year.
Johnny Siegel.
So a runner on first with 1 down for Johnny Siegel. Siegel comes into the game hitting an even .300. 3 hits and 10 at-bats. Only had 56 at-bats on the actual season. A homer, an RBI, 3 runs scored, and a double. So, let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh, St. Louis and Brooklyn are scoreless in the first in the National League action. So, Mathewson looks in for the sign from Bresnahan. Nods his head. Siegel steps into the box. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball 1. As McGann holds Barry on at first. And in there, swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 the count. And he's off with the pitch. And Barry's going to be in there with a stolen base. His first steal of the season. So runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Count 1-2 on Siegel. Count evens at 2. Foul ball on third base line. Devlin gives chase. So he pops one up behind the plate. Bresnahan gives chase, but this one's going to be out of play. So the count remains 2-2. Full count now. And that'll be a liner to Devlin at third. He makes the catch. We're out number 2. So Harry Steinfeld up now. Third baseman's hitting .290 on the season with 13 runs batted in, 12 runs scored, 3 stolen bases, 3 doubles, and a triple. Fastball, ball 1. And it's going to be a dribble to Devlin at short. He makes the play with him again to retire the side.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 1/2 inning, Cincinnati 0, New York coming to bat. Pitching for Cincinnati, Bob Ewing. Leading off for New York, center fielder, Mike Donlin.
So as we said earlier, Ewing has got a 2-5 record. 63 innings pitched, 54 hits allowed, a homer allowed, and 15 walks and 21 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .220 off of him. So not much run support with that .283 earned run average. So the lineup for the hometown New York Giants is as follows. Mike Donlin, center fielder, will bat first. Batting second will be George Brown, the right fielder. Roger Bresnahan behind the plate, batting third. Cleanup hitter is Dan McGann, the first baseman. Sam Mertes, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Third baseman Art Devlin bats sixth. Shortstop Bill Dowling will bat seventh. Second baseman Billy Gilbert bats eighth. And on the mound batting ninth will be Christy Mathewson, the Christian gentleman. So Donlin steps into the box. Ewing looks in for the sign from Schlee. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that'll be in there for a base hit. This one goes all the way to the wall. And Donlin will have himself a leadoff double. And that's how we'll begin for the Giants. So run in scoring position for Brown. He comes into the game hitting .295 in 149 at-bats. 44 hits. 2 homers and 24 runs batted in. 20 runs scored. 2 stolen bases. A double and 4 triples. So here's the pitch by Ewing. Swing and a miss, strike one. And this one's going to be a fly ball to center.
Catcher, Roger Bresnahan.
Odwell, the center fielder, makes a great running catch. Donlin scoots back to second. So one down now for Bresnahan. Bresnahan comes into the game hitting over 400 at 408. 15 runs batted in, 28 runs scored, on base percentage of .533, 5 doubles and 2 triples. So Ewing looks in for the sign. As we have another score here, as Pittsburgh and Boston are scoreless in the first. Ball one, curveball. Foul ball down the third base line. 1-1 the count now. 1-2 the count. Count evens at 2. And this one's going to be hit sharply. First baseman is able to handle it over to the pitcher for out number 2. as Donlin moves to third. So Dan McGann up now. He's hitting .304 in the season with a homer and 34 runs batted in, 17 runs scored, 4 stolen bases, on base percentage of .412 with 5 doubles and 5 triples. Chance for another RBI for Donlin here. For McGann. 1-1 the count. 2-1 the count. Count goes to 3-1, way outside. And he'll draw himself a 2-out walk.
Left fielder, Sam Mertes.
So that'll put runners at the corners for Mertes. Mertes is hitting .265 with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in, 22 runs scored, 7 stolen bases, 5 doubles, and 3 triples. RBI opportunity for Mertes. Ball 1. And this one's going to be a fly ball to right. That's going to go foul out of play. So 1-1 the count now, as Brooklyn is taking the lead over St. Louis 1-0 in the first. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall as the center fielder, I think it was the center fielder, it could be the right fielder there. And 1 run's going to come in. McGann's going to be sent home. And as the throw comes in the second.
Third baseman, Art Devlin.
As Odwell is unable to, makes a poor play on that one. Siegel backs him up and gets the ball in, but not before 2 runs come in. So it's going to be a 2-run double for Sam Mertes to put the Giants on the board 2-0. So that'll bring up Art Devlin. Devlin comes into the game hitting .252 with 20 runs batted in, 18 runs scored, 6 stolen bases, 2 doubles and 3 triples. So in there, strike 1 called. Count evens at 1. 2-1 the count. Foul down the first base line. Barry gives chase. And full count now. And it'll be ball 4.
Shortstop, Bill Dolan.
So runners on first and second for Dolan with 2 down. Dolan comes into the game hitting exactly what he hit on the regular season, .242, with 2 homers and 24 runs batted in, 22 runs scored, 3 stolen bases, 3 doubles, and 3 triples. And that's going to be a fly ball to center, but this one will be caught by Odwell.
2 hits, no errors, after 1. Cincinnati 0, New York 2. Center fielder, Fred Odwell.
So it's a 2-0 lead going into the second. Mathewson now with the lead. Looks in for the sign from Bresnahan. Odwell comes to the plate with a .267 average, 2 homers and 21 runs batted in, 14 runs scored, 6 stolen bases, 5 doubles, and 4 triples. And he'll get under one here as Dolan ranges over towards the second base bag and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Bridwell. Bridwell's hitting .250 on the season and 76 at-bats, 19 hits, 8 runs batted in. Is yet to get an extra base hit, but has scored 4 runs and stolen 2 bases. And that'll be a... What happened there?
Shortstop, Tommy Corcoran.
It looks like it's a bad throw by Devlin. McGann stops it with his body, but Bridwell will be safe. So that is going to be an error, I believe, on Devlin there. Yeah. So runner on first with 1 down for Cochran. McGann holds him on. Cochran comes into the game hitting .257 with a homer and 17 runs batted in, 13 runs scored, 9 stolen bases already, 8 doubles and 4 triples. Up and away, ball 1. Fouled on the third base line, 1-1. Pops it up behind the plate. Bresnahan gives chase, but this one's going to be out of play. So 1-2 the count.
Catcher, Admiral Schley.
So Admiral Schley up now with 2 outs and a runner on first. Schley comes in hitting just .180 and 100 at-bats. 18 for 100. 3 doubles and 8 runs batted in. 12 runs scored and 3 stolen bases. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. 2-1 the count. Count evens at 2. And that'll be a foul ball down the third baseline. And a dribble to Dowling. He comes in for it. Over to second the short way to get the final out.
No hits, 1 error. After 1.5. Cincinnati 0, New York 2. Second baseman, Billy Gilbert.
So the Cincinnati Reds, looking at their defense, definitely a very good fielding defense overall. Barry's the weak link at 4, but Huggins is an 8, Cochran a 7, and Steinfeld is a 9 at third base. The outfield is definitely below average, with Siegel being the best range at 6, best overall defense. Odwell is definitely a defensive liability there with only a 1 range. Does have a good arm though. I'm not sure what Siegel's arm is, but Bridwell has a fairly weak arm in left, so we'll be taking chances against them. Especially if it's hit to first or third, and I can't really see what Siegel's is. Anyway. So Billy Gilbert comes to the plate. He's hitting .250 with 10 runs batted in, 10 runs scored, a stolen base, and 3 doubles. And it's a leadoff walk, so a good start for the inning for the Giants.
Christy, Mathewson.
Hoping to add to the 2-0 lead. And Mathewson, he's only at 1 bunter though. We're going to have him hit away. Strike 1. Count evens at 1. Dribble down the first to at least get the runner over. And who did he throw that one to? That was interesting. But looks like they did retire Mathewson at first. So Mathewson gets the job done. Works the same as a bunt. So runner in scoring position with 1 down. From top of the order, Donlin. Doubled off the wall his first time up. And he'll line out to Barry at first for out number 2. So St. Louis and Brooklyn are now tied in the second, 1-1. Brings up George Brown with 2 down. Brown flied out to center his first time up. And in there for strike 1. Pops it up behind the plate. This one will be back out of play as Schlee gives chase. 1-2 the count now. Boston leads Pittsburgh now 3-0.
No hits, no errors. After 2 complete, Cincinnati 0, New York 2. Pitcher, Bob Ewing.
So nothing doing for the Giants in the second as the score remains 2-0 Giants. Pitcher Ewing up now, hitting .263. Pretty good hitting pitcher as he hit .262 for the actual season. 10 hits and 38 at-bats. 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. And he strikes him out. So the first strikeout of the day for Mathewson. Brings up top of the order Huggins. Grounded out to Mathewson his first time up. And he'll do the same thing again. So 2 up and 2 down in the Cincinnati third. Brings up Barry, who's 1 for 1. And this one's going to go over the head of Gilbert. So that'll be a base hit. So 2-out base runner. As Mathewson throws over to McGann. Back safely. So brings up Siegel 0 for 1. So 1-1 the count now.
No runs.
And he picks him off.
No errors. After 2.5. Cincinnati 0, New York 2.
So Mathewson with the big pickoff to end the inning. So after 2.5, still 2-0 Giants. Gonna bring up Bresnahan, who grounded his first time up. Oh, great stop by the third baseman, Steinfeld. Throws across the diamond for out number 1. Cleveland Naps lead the Philadelphia A's 1-0 in the fourth. And that'll be a liner to Huggins at second for out number 2. Sam Murte is up now. Doubled off the wall his first time up. Got an RBI as Donlin scored. Hits a dribble to the shortstop. Throws over to first for out number 3.
No hits, no errors. After 3, Cincinnati 0, New York 2.
So let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Oops. Come on. So we have one final as the Yankees fall to the Tigers 2-1. Naps lead the A's 1-0 in the top of the 5th. Let's see here. It looks like it's the Chicago Cubs lead the Philadelphia Phillies 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Brooklyn leads St. Louis 4-1 top of the 3rd. Let's see here. The Bean Eaters are shutting out the Pirates 4-0. The Browns and the Pilgrims are scoreless in the top of the 1st. And the White Sox and the Senators are scoreless in the bottom of the 1st. That's your out-of-town scoreboard there. Back to the action here where it's 2-0 Giants. So Siegel will lead it off for the Reds. Line to third his first time up. And this time he's going to get under one here. As McGann gives chase, he'll make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. Brings up Steinfeld. He's 0 for 1. Hits a dribble it over to Gilbert, over back to McGann for out number 2. So 2 quick outs in the Pittsburgh 4th. I'll bring up Odwell 0 for 1. And he's going to fly out to Murte, who comes running in for out number 3.
After 3.5, Cincinnati 0, New York 2.
So Ewing back on the hill. He'll face Devlin, Dahlin, and Gilbert. Devlin walked his first time up. And this time he'll line up to Barry at first for out number 1. Brings up Dahlin. Applied to center his first time up. And he's going to give this one a ride. But Siegel is there just in fair territory next to the line for out number 2. Then I'll bring up Gilbert, who also walked his first time out. And he gives this one a ride, but Odwell is there to make the catch.
No errors. After 4, Cincinnati 0, New York 2.
So it remains 2-0 New York. So that'll bring up Bridwell, Cochran, and Schlee for the Cincinnati. That was weird. I don't know, Gilbert. I think Gilbert was going to cover second for some reason. Don't know why. And Donald are going to die. 49% chance. We're going to risk it. Yes. And Donlin makes a great diving play. Man, that must have hurt. For out number 1. So that definitely saved extra bases there, it looked like. So 1 down now for Cochran. Line to first his first time up. And he strikes him out. So Mathewson with the second K of the day. Brings up Schlee 0 for 1. And this one will fall in behind the second base bag. So 2 out single for Schlee. As Mathewson throws it in there for ball 1. And we're going to keep it at 18% there. And that's going to be a dribble at him again. He'll take it himself to retire the side.
No errors. After 4.5, Cincinnati 0, New York 2.
So halfway through, it's New York 2 and Cincinnati nothing. Mathewson grounded the first his first time up. And this time he'll ground the third for out number 1. Brings up Donlin 1 for 2. And he gives this one a ride to center. Odwell backs up and makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up George Brown 0 for 2. And this one will fall in behind the first base bag. So Brown has himself a 2-out single. Brings up Bresnahan. He's due. He's 0 for 2 on the day. On the black, strike 1. And he'll get his first hit of the day as Brown motors all the way to third. He was off with the pitch. Off with the contact. So that'll put runners on the corners with 2 down. As the White Sox have taken a 1-0 lead over the Senators in the second. That brings up McGann. RBI chance to add to the lead here. Just off the ground. Ball 1. Catches the inside edge. 1-1 the count. And he'll line out to right for out number 3.
No errors. We played 5 complete. Cincinnati 0. New York 2.
Alright, Cincinnati now down by 2. The top of the order, Huggins, Berry, and Siegel. Huggins 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll ground, I think that was the third straight time he's grounded to Mathewson. Bring up Berry, who's got 2 of the 3 Cincinnati hits. A couple of singles. And this time he strikes him out. For the second out. So the Bean Eaters lead the Pirates now 4-2 in the 4th. Siegel up now 0 for 2. And back-to-back Ks end the inning.
After 5.5. Cincinnati 0. New York 2.
So Mathewson on cruise control now. He'll face Ewing will be back on the hill. He's up to 80 pitches here in the 6th. Merte's up first. He's 1 for 2. And he'll lace a base hit in the hole. So leadoff runner is on for the... We might try a possible stolen base here. Mertes has got 52 on the season. Let's see, what kind of a bunter is Devlin? Devlin's a 5 bunter. Does he strike out a lot? Oops. Maybe we'll do a hit and run here. Let's try a hit and run. Hit and run is on. Only play is the first, so they stay out of the double play at least. So Mertes will move up the scoring position now. For Bill Dowling is 0 for 2. Ball 1 low. In there. Strike 1. 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit for Dowling. As the left fielder has trouble with that one. Bridwell's unable to come up with that one. But it looks like they're going to credit him with a stand-up triple. That could have easily been an error, but it wasn't. As Dowling will come in with a... Mertes will come in with the 3rd run for the Giants. So 3-0 now as they extend their lead. So it brings up Gilbert with a runner on 3rd and 1 down. He's 0 for 1 in the day. Ball 1. 1-1. That's going to be a drill ball to the 3rd, and we're going to send Dowling home. 75% chance. Why not? As they go over to first. As the run comes in. And the runner is retired. What happened there? No, he's not, actually. And it looks like there's a bad throw. So there'll be an error. And Gilbert will end up at second base. So the defense is playing in now. Down 4-0. As Mathewson is up, they're definitely expecting the bunt here. Going to hit away. Ball 1. And now we'll bunt. So Mathewson squares up the ball. They're going to go to 3rd, and they're going to retire the runner. So playing the defense in helps there as the defense moves back now. As Mathewson hits it a little bit too hard, and they throw out the lead runner. So that White Sox lead the Senators 3-0 in the 3rd. Donlin 1 for 3 on the day. Ball 1. And this one's going to be hit a long way as the left fielder will make the catch for out number 3.
1 error. 6 are in the books. Cincinnati 0. New York 4.
Philadelphia has tied Cleveland now 1-1 in the 7th. And the Giants double their lead. Now it's 4-0. So Mathewson with a bit more of a cushion now. He's allowed only 3 hits so far. Steinfeld up now 0-2. And that'll be a base hit. And he's into second with on a close play with a double. So leadoff double for Steinfeld. Brings up Odwell 0-2. Fastball strike 1. And he'll line out to Gilbert. And they're gonna turn 2 as the runner gets too far off the bag, and Gilbert guns it over to Dowling for a double play. So a 4-6 double play on that one. So it looks like the Bean Eaters have, I mean not the Bean Eaters, but the Pilgrims have taken a lead over the Browns now 2-1 in the 3rd. Brings up Birdwell with 2 outs now with the bases empty. 0-2 on the day, and he's going to hit one back to Mathewson.
2 runs,
for out number 3.
No errors. After 6.5. Cincinnati 0, New York 4.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time, and it's a 4-0 Giant lead. So Brown will lead it off. He's 1 for 3. He'll draw a leadoff walk, as Ewing's up to 98 pitches now here in the 7th. That'll bring up Bresnahan 1 for 3. And this could be 2. Over to second for 1. Back to first. So a 1-4-3 double play. It was a 1-4-3. So 2 outs now for McGann. He'll line a base hit to center. So I think we're going to try to... what the heck, we'll try to steal. McGann off of the pitch. And he's safe. McGann in there with his 5th stolen base of the year. So the runner in scoring position now from Mertes. It's 2 for 3. Pops it up behind the plate. This could be playable, but it just gets into the stands for... So 1-1 the count. 2-1 the count now on Mertes. Count goes to 3-1. Count is full. And he's going to get under 1 here. Converging on the plate. And it's going to fall in there. So it falls in the triangle. Birdwell, Odwell, and Cochran all give chase, but it falls in no man's land. It's a cheap hit, and McGann will score from second. So Mertes with an RBI. Increases the Giant lead to 5-0 now. So Devlin up now, 0-2. Now we're going to have Mertes try to steal too. Why not? Mertes off with the pitch. And he'll be safe. So Mertes gets his 8th stolen base of the season. Count goes to 2-0. 2-1 the count on Devlin. Strike 2 called. 2-2. Foul ball. And he strikes out.
2 hits, no errors. After 7, Cincinnati 0, New York 5.
But the Giants add to the lead now, 5-0 going into the 8th. Mathewson back up there. Thrown only 86 pitches through 7. And that's going to be... Oh, McGann is unable to handle that hot shot. So, credit McGann with an error there. I'll give McGann an error on that one. Cochran reaches, the leadoff runner on. As Mathewson throws over to first. Cochran back safely. Schley up now. 1 for 2 on the day. Foul ball. And it's going to be hit to Devlin, and Devlin is unable to handle this one at third. So an error on Devlin now. So the Giants defense starting to self-destruct a little bit here. Thankfully they get a little cushion to work with. So the first 2 runners on as the Bean Eaters lead Pittsburgh now just by 1, 5-4 in the 6th. So let's see if they're going to keep Ewing in or a pinch hit for him. I would think they would pinch hit, but let's see. So Mathewson visits with Bresnahan. They get on the same page. Make sure they're on the same page. Goes back behind the plate. Does Bresnahan. Mathewson with the windup in the pitch. Strike one as Ewing is going to bat for himself. This could be two. No, they decide just to go with the one. So they get the middle runner. So runners at the corners now with one down. As Cleveland and Philadelphia are still tied at 1 in the ninth. Brings up Huggins 0 for 3 now. Strike one. And this is going to be back to the pitcher. Over to second for 1. Back to first. And they turn 2. So that will do it for the Cincinnati in the 8th. So we head to the bottom of the 8th with a 5-0 lead for the Giants. Ewing back out there, dialing up now. And he's going to lace a single, or his second hit of the day. Not 2 for 4. We're going to try to steal on him again. Why not? Gets a good jump. And third stolen base of the day, I believe, for the Giants now. Number 4 in the season for Dahlen. Giants definitely running a bit more than they did earlier in the season. Gilbert 0 for 2 in the day. Ball 1, outside and high. Count goes to 2-0, way inside. And he's going to hit this one a long way. And it's going to go just foul. Can't seem to get that flight of the ball right over there. But so Gilbert 0 for 2. And count goes at 2-2 on him. Full count now. And it's a strikeout. So Ewing has his second strikeout of the day. He's walked 4. So that'll be a Mathewson. He'll hit for himself. Ball 1 just inside. 2-0 the count. 2-1 the count. And that's going to be a drill boy to short. Looks the runner back and throws to first for out number 2. Donlin 1 for 4. Strike 1. And this one's hit a long way.
No runs, 1 hit,
But
no
it's a
errors.
long out.
After 8 complete, Cincinnati 0, New York 5.
So Cincinnati's down their last 3 outs, down by 5. Mathewson back up on the hill. It'll be Barry, Siegel, and Steinfeld. Barry's 2 for 3 on the day. In there, strike 1. 1-1. And this one's hit the center as Donnelly gives chase. It's going to be off the wall, though. And Barry will have himself a leadoff double. So that was definitely probably the hardest ball hit off of Mathewson so far today. Siegel up.
Hitting for Cincinnati, Cy Seymour.
So Seymour, who's on a 10-game hitting streak, Cy Seymour, will pinch hit. Comes into the game hitting .309, .377 hitter for the actual season. Wow. 4 homers. Wow, 4 home runs. That's a lot. 22 RBIs. 25 runs scored. He had 8 home runs for the season. That's pretty high back then. 1 stolen base and 7 doubles. And that's going to be a base hit, so back-to-back hits. They'll hold Barry at third, down by 5. So that'll put runners at the corners with nobody out. So Steinfeld up now, 1 for 3 on the day. And that's hit. Stanley should have this one as he ranges to the right to make the catch. Barry will hold at third as it wasn't hit that deep. So 1 down now for Odwell, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Cut on and miss, strike 1. Behind the plate. And this one will go out of play as Bresnahan gives chase. So 0-2 the count. So Odwell quickly in the hole. 1-2. And Mathewson is unable to handle the hot shot. Back to the mound. And that'll be a run in for the Reds. And it's still nobody out. No, actually still only 1 out. Runners on first and second. Tying run is now on deck as there's action in the Giant bullpen. So Bridwell up now 0 for 3. Inside corner, strike 1. Behind the plate. Bresnahan might have a shot at this one. Nope, just out of his reach. Oh! And it's a base hit to left, so the bases are loaded, so the tying run will come to the plate for Cochran. And man, we're gonna... Actually, we forgot we had to warm him up. So Bresnahan will go to the mound as Elliott is warming in the pen. Cochran 0 for 3 on the day. Ball 1. 2-0 the count. Count goes to 3-0. Aggressive here. In there for strike 1. Ugh, and a run is walked in. So the tying run is now on base. Trip to the mound. He's not tired. That means he probably is tired. Doesn't say he's strong, so we're going to bring in Elliott to try to get the last out here. So we didn't have to do this. So Mathewson unable to get to close it out. So we're going to play back at double play depth, hoping to turn 2 here. As Schleyer is up now, 1 for 3. 2-0 the count. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Oh no! Are you kidding me? And it's going to be a grand slam home run off of Elliott. Oh my goodness. And it's a 6-5 Cincinnati lead. So the Giants blow a 5-0 lead going into the 9th. And Elliott surrenders the grand salami for Schleyer. His first home run. 406-foot shot. And the crowd is stunned. As am I. Maybe that's what Mr. Brody saw that coming. Didn't want to be any part of that. So Ewing up now. Popped up. Dahlen should make this catch. And he does for out number 2. Huggins up now 0 for 4. Strike 1. 0-2 the count. 1-2. 2-2. Kidding me. 3-2. Foul ball. Popped up behind the plate. I gotta play. Foul ball. Huggins hanging tough here. And he ends up drawing a walk. Barry 3 for 4 up now. Strike 1. Go over to first. 1-1 the count. And Gilbert throws him out mercifully for out number 3.
4 hits, 1 error.
Wow.
After 8.5. Cincinnati 6, New York 5.
The Giants cough up a 5-0 lead as Mathewson and Elliott self-destruct. Elliott giving up the big blow, a grand salami. So the Giants are now down by 1. Ewing is back out there with 127 innings, 127 pitches. Brown up now, he's 1 for 3. And a good start as they get a base hit. So it brings up Bresnahan 1 for 4. And that'll be a dribble down the first base line. This will get the runner over anyway. So tying run in scoring position now for McGann, 1 for 3. It's going to be a fly ball to right. And no, we can't. Brown does not tag. So we bring up Sam Mertes, who's had a hot hand today, 3 for 4. 2 game-winning RBIs on the season. That'd be nice if he could hit a 2-run home run. But we'll take a single at this point. It's going to be a fly ball to left as the third baseman gives chase. And he'll make the catch. A great diving play by the third baseman. And the Cincinnati Reds come all the way from behind with a 5-0 deficit to beat the New York Giants 6-5 as the home crowd fans cannot believe it.
The final score from Polo Grounds: Cincinnati 6, New York 5. Bob Ewing is the winner. He is now 3-5 on the season. Claude Elliott gets the loss. He is now 3-2 on the season. Admiral Schley hit home run number 1 on the season. Time of the game, 2 hours.
And the Admiral comes through. He earned his name today as he hits a grand salami off of Elliott. At least Mathewson did not get the loss. Definitely deserved better than that, but he got himself in his own jam there. So, and perhaps McGraw left him in a little too long. And anyway, Ewing will get the win. He goes to 3-5. Elliott lost 3-2. Schley the MVP, of course. Let's check out the box score quickly as the Giants now fall to 23-11, and the Reds improve to 16-20. So Mathewson, let's go with Ewing first. Pitches a complete game. 10 hits are allowed. 5 runs, all of them earned. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Mathewson, 8 1/3 innings. 8 innings of masterful ball, but that 9th inning was his downfall. 8 1/3 innings. 7 hits allowed. 5 runs, 3 of them earned. In his defense, though, he did not have much of a defense behind him, as the Giants committed 4 errors. Take a look at the play-by-play to see how many of those were those 9th inning runs were earned. I think only 4 of them were. So he 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Elliott gets the loss, giving up the big hit, the grand salami to add the Admiral. And that was the big hit. So Barry was 3 for 5, but the big blow was Schley. Admiral 2 for 4 with a run scored and 4 runs batted in. And he's only a 192 hitter. Wow. So Mertes was 3 for 5 with a run scored and 3 runs batted in. Dallin was 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Brown had a couple of hits. And that's pretty much it for the Giants. Let's take a look at the play-by-play here. Take a look at that 9th inning here. So started off with a double by Barry. Seymour grounded a single. And it was a fly out for the 1 out. Then it was a ground out. And yeah, Mathewson made at an error there, allowing Barry to score. And that was it. So I think it was 2 unearned runs here. Odwell grounded the pitcher safe on an error, so the runner wouldn't have scored. Probably. But anyway, Odwell wouldn't have reached, so it would have been 2 outs there. And it wouldn't have been a grand slam. It would have been that would have tied the game. So that's 1 unearned run. I think it's just 1 unearned run. Yeah, so the other unearned... No, it had to be both of them in that inning. Because they only scored in 1 inning. Right? Yeah. So it must have been 2 unearned runs there. Anyway, the Giants fall in a heartbreaking loss to the Cincinnati Reds. Quickly take a look at the recap. Hooks Wiltsey. That's not right. So how did Wiltsey end up being in there? It should be Mertes 3 for 5. For some reason they put Hooks Wiltsey in there. So that's another weird action PC thing. Everything else I think is right there. Should be 9 innings pitched there. So it does. They have a couple of weird bugs in this game. Mostly just grammatical stuff, I think. I think it does score them okay. It just ends up sometimes on these pages it ends up doing some weird stuff. Game-winning RBI by Schley. Yeah. 2 great plays by Seinfeld and Donlin. Seinfeld's made a bunch of 7. Donlin 3. So it keeps track of how many great plays and how many poor plays. So that is it. So let's quickly get out of this game here. It's been really painful. So with the loss, the Giants are now 23-11. They're 3 games behind Chicago and a game behind second place Philadelphia. Yeah. So we will see you in the next game where they take on the game 2 against the Cincinnati Reds. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.